Hello, hello, it's Monkeypuzzle, and I'm about where I left off last time. Maybe it's welcome back if you were here last time, which was the 99 subscriber special, where I made a nice column of 99 diamond ore to signify all those wonderful subscribers. Where I am is Axis Mundi, our server, and which is where I've spent the majority of pretty much all of my Minecraft time since I started this server because even though I have a bunch of other things going on, the idea of playing or the actuality of playing with other people is just so cool. And I know doing YouTube, even if I'm doing single player, I get to share it with people, which I really enjoy too. And I will get back to that stuff, especially if people ask me to. But for now, I'm trying to really take this place all the way, and as more people come on to join, it'll be great. I was actually did this episode previously when all the kids were on before they had to go to bed. They're all asleep right now because it's a school night. My son and all his friends who came on tonight. Hello again to all you all. But apparently my mic was not on, so I have to do it again. So after that dry run, all practiced up, we're going to do it again. And the point of today is to give you a quick tour of a bunch of stuff that's happened here, a bunch of stuff that's already in place, and then let you know, give you a preview of the ideas that we're going to be working on, the projects in the next number of episodes. Some things we got coming up. There's no end of ideas really, but we got some lined up that are going to happen next. Some small ones like fixing and tweaking on this ender grinder here, or not ender grinder, excuse me, this mob grinder, this mob spawner that was based on monkey farms, endless mobs. I talked about, you can check out his video. It was previously Mobs on Demand before that. Um, so it's working great. Last episode I showed you how we have managed to light up all the underground structures around here. It seems like it's about to rain, but it's not going to rain on our parade. I'm going to keep going. Um, and we've lit up all around within 128 blocks for the most part, and so now it's actually very efficient. It's turned off right now, um, but what's going on with it is that the dispensers are just not very reliable. We all like the idea of using dispensers for these things, but they're very finicky, it turns out, and they tend to glitch out. I think it has to do with when you go out of unloaded chunks, go out of the loaded chunks. Like this one's fine, but if you keep going up, every time I use it, I gotta go through the whole thing again because, and maybe for this video, I'm not gonna find a good example, but there's always some of them that are not on when they're supposed to be. Right now, it's off, which means they're all supposed to be on. Maybe I shouldn't have tried to show you, but take my word for it. Almost every time, aha, whoa, like that. There is one that's, or a number of them that's not on, which takes away from the efficiency of the thing. So I'm gonna stay away from there at the moment. And I did a bunch of fancy wiring up here trying to fix this. I've got a AND gate over here that where the thing is not supposed to turn off if any of them are on. So that it turns off with all of the dispensers in the same state. See how these are out of the way? If they're off, then I gotta remember how I did it. Oh, you know what? I got some redstone missing there. That might be part of the problem, I think. Anyway, none of that worked, and I'm gonna replace it with pistons. Good old pistons. Which can glitch out too, but they're easy to reset, and they know what state they're supposed to be in. So that's one of the things. Another thing is this arena. We've carved it down 2 levels lower and lined it with obsidian, and that's so we can play with creepers in here. And even if they blow up, they can't get out. They might make a little trench or some holes to make things harder. But yeah, we got a little creeper-proof arena, and that is going to be part of making a mob sorter that comes out of this tube somewhere. I want to be able to channel them out if I want and sort them out, and in here at the press of a button be able to fight creepers or zombies or skeletons. Not spiders, unfortunately, but you could order any of those on demand, bring them on in. And the other added benefit of the mob sorter is that I want to make a way that you can send the zombies and skeletons out into the daylight and let them burn up and get their items that way. Excuse me. Not that I want the zombies items, unless I had a pack of dogs to feed the meat to, which I don't really use dogs anymore because they're kind of awkward and get in the way mostly and end up dying a lot of the time, which is sad. Um, and contrary to the idea of having a dog. Uh, but the main thing is being able to get the creepers by themselves so I can have a nice spot of them and just take a looting sword to them and get lots and lots of gunpowder. That is possible projects coming with all that gunpowder. One of it is I want to make a firing range somewhere, pick up some spot to blow the heck out of, and learn all about cannons, TNT cannons, which I haven't really done yet, and also just use the TNT for excavating, making all kinds of underground projects, which we will get to later. And the firing range, I want to use that to bore a hole all the way down to bedrock, and then do a tree house that comes from bedrock to skybox. That's another project, but that one will probably be a little bit further down the road. But I've thought about that one for a long time. It's gotten harder too because the skybox has doubled while I've been thinking about it. But that would be pretty massive now, wouldn't it? I have a 256 block high treehouse. So just by punching these guys in here, and you're not even supposed to be here because this is off. That's part of the glitchiness. We have acquired carrots and potatoes. So now our nice little farm over here, uh, it has what are those? Those are potatoes and carrots. And I've lived off potatoes at times, and it's great. So we got this nice polyculture farm at this point. Yeah, so this is my little humble shack up here. It's a little glass dome with my nature preserve around it. I'm trying to hold on to this open space as the rest of this is quickly becoming Manhattan, or at least that's kind of how I see it coming. This keeps going higher and higher, and of course I've added the skyscraper here. Um, but I showed you last time what was in my mining base and my ender chest. This was the results of the last episode. And just, some of the basics that I kind of work with are I have a selection of 4 picks I always have at hand. I always have a high efficiency pick. This is my killer driller, my killer driller. and I always have to have a silk touch at hand. I also don't have it on me, but I like to have a no efficiency silk touch too, because sometimes this can just be too much when you're trying to go through glass and be precise. And then of course you always have to have a fortune 3 nearby. And then the unbreaking ones are great when you're in a nether because that stuff breaks so easily, and all these guys are way too overpowered for it. I've been using the efficiency shovel for breaking not just dirt but for harvesting wood. It's a lot more efficient. Turns out you really don't get any penalty for using it. I thought you lost durability, but you don't. I've been keeping the durability showing. You do that by pressing F3H if you didn't know. And then you can see the durability, and you can find out for yourself that contrary to opinion before, using for the most part, using a tool on the wrong kind of item doesn't take extra durability. So I use my pickaxe on dirt and gravel now, which is really wonderful, and I use my shovels on wood, and I could use it on wool or all kinds of other things, because you use 1/3 the diamonds to do it, even though it's kind of funny. But just wanted to show you my chest here. This is started with just my odd block chest, and this is my regular block chest. This is the basics there. Agriculture, and over here is just your basics. You got food off in this corner. I was living off steak. The chickens were just a result of when I had to harvest feathers to get arrows, and just little selection of crafted items. But this area up here is just my little go-to grab stuff from area. And I've been prettying up my nice homey home with my item blocks. I like this as my little marker to my door, and uh, you know, jungle trees over there, and you can see what time it is, and the little potted plants everywhere, and this makes it all nice and cozy and lets you personalize it a little bit more. And there were some natural caves below here, which are great. This one down here is the enchanting station. You can see all those eggs over there. I'll talk about that in a minute. I've taken you down in these X-ray devices plenty of times, so I'm not going to do that now. And then this is my more bulk storage down here, which is getting bulkier. Some of it I'm going to have to increase pretty soon. Wow, stop that. There's a leak from my infinite spring up there, which I got to move, but in the meantime, I thought I'd catch it and grow a lily pad. Like this one's getting pretty full. Stuff to smelt things with, and here's just a little bit of otherworldly items and ice, and I've potion making ingredients. This is my potion making area here. I just got 5 ones. It's pretty simple still, but it works great. Able to make way more potions than I use, no problem. It's got a little netherwort farm over there, which has gotten smaller because I was realizing I was way outproducing my needs. No need for an automatic netherwort farm or anything like that. Backup potions over here. And shh, don't tell anybody, but I've got my secret chest back here. Been lining up a bunch of swords. This one's pretty fine. I like that a lot. And then they kind of go down in order of coolness, and these are the knockback ones, and there's looting ones down here, arthropods, which I never need, plenty of shovels, and the last diamond axes I'll probably ever make, and then backups of my fortune picks, backups of my silk touch, and then backups of my efficiency. These need to get combined with this on the anvil. And this I'll probably never use. It's funny is when you can have Fortune 3, why would you ever use Fortune 2 unless that's all you had, of course. But you know, and let me see what else can I show you. This is going to be wood and more crafted items, backup, leather, food, more steak and eggs than I can eat in any short period, and so I got half a double chest of bones and half a double chest of gunpowder. Those are all from grinding over at the grinder we were just talking about. And special items, collecting obsidian, glowstone, lava, lapis, saddles. Oh, and the dragon eggs. Perhaps you've seen it. We killed the dragon and we got one legit egg. And then we put it on an egg duplicator just for kicks, and maybe so we could one day hatch dragons all over the place. But this is the work of a piston and a glowstone torch, because they're littering the town all over the place. This is much better than it was before, but there's still more cleanup to do. And then let me see, we got redstone and gizmos. More redstone. I've started to mine it as ore now just to save space and to be like a experience depot that I can pile up and break whenever I need some XP. Plenty of slime balls. Going to use at least 1 row of these up on the next project. It's starting to fill this full of ender pearls. And this is going to be wool. We don't have any sheep nearby. I got to get some sheep and bring them in and start creating a wool collection system, some nice thing. I try not to make anything too factory farm, because if you know me in real life, you know that's something I work against all the time. I'm all about organic, open range agriculture by trade. But gotta have some sheep and make it easy to harvest it, and then get wool. And then we could do pixel art. That's another upcoming project. Especially, that's my idea to kind of do something worthwhile with. We've got all these this world has already gone through a couple iterations, or more than a couple, of Minecraft, of different versions, and I don't know why this has to happen, but the terrain generation keeps changing, and there's these stark, sharp cliffs, these sharp lines wherever that happens. Sometimes I blow them up with TNT, but I thought a lot of those cliffs would be great places for pixel art. So, hence the need for wool. So that will be coming up. And then here we got arrows. Every time a new kid comes on the server, I give them a few stacks of these. So that's how it's going to be going down, because I only need one arrow right now. I've got my Power 4 Infinity 1 Flame 1 bow. And actually, this is something I wanted to do. I've been trying to get another Infinity bow. I had one, but I don't know if I lost it or it got stolen, whichever. Hopefully it's the former, most likely, knowing me. Well, I've been getting a ton of these, and in prior experimentation, I found that these are the only thing that's going to work for this. And then I'm going to have a Power 5 bow. Oh yeah. Mobs, look out. And I don't know why I got this. Get out of here. um, so that was a little cherry plum of the day. Get the Power 5 bow. Um, so onward. I've got more stuff to show you. So from here, we're going to go. If you don't know what this is, this might give you a clue. Into the nether. I've got 3 things to show you along the way. 2 things to come and 1 that's been done. So, wait, what am I doing? Get one of these out. Now, this is my one thing I really don't like about 1.4.5 is the minecarts do this, and I really didn't make my tracks this badly. Oh, you. Well, what happened? Oh, because that's too high. Okay, I got the minecart. Oh well, we're hoofing it from here. Um, and sometimes I can't run on the server when I want to. I got new home and new internet connection, and my bandwidth is fantastic. I'm able to like do bigger, faster files, but somehow that doesn't correspond to latency, and I'm still learning what these terms mean, but apparently like I've got a big wide pipe that a lot can flow through, but the water flows slowly. So I got to figure out how to improve my latency, because it used to be really low and now it's very high, but it's not stopping me. So the first stop is off the beaten path here. Made ourselves a little way out, is over here. And what I did is kind of cheated, I'll admit it, and I used amidst, which is a mapping tool. And I didn't use it for anything else but to find, and I've done this in the past, is to find the nearest mushroom biome. Because, you know, if I was a younger guy or even my same age and I didn't have nearly as many responsibilities and other things to do besides Minecraft, I'm amazed that I can get away with as much Minecraft as I do. You know, I'd hop in that boat and go for the vast transatlantic voyage looking for that needle in the haystack of the mushroom biome. But I don't, so I found where it is and I wrote down the coordinates and found my way through the nether to get there and shorten the trip. I did pay for the too, because the first time I did it I forgot a crucial negative factor in the coordinates, and then I think on the X, I forget if it's the X or the Y, but I went all the way the wrong way that way. So I've got a corresponding, oh hello, I'm gonna just ignore you right now maybe, because I got other things to do. Ah! I still, after 36 videos, since I can't run here, get a little clumsy when I'm doing videos. I'm never clumsy when I'm not. Right. Anyway, yeah, but that one that I made all the way over there actually took me to a newly generated village, which is cool. So I did actually get a newly generated village, carrots and potatoes, um, and more villagers if I ever need them. Uh, Leave me alone. And to-do, 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 to-do. In the hostile mob-free mushroom biome. Last time I tried to do this, I brought that guy with me, sort of accidentally on purpose because it was pretty funny. Hello. Do you want to go to the overworld with me? Or you are in the overworld, but you want to go back home with me? I'll bring you next time. So that's the project there. I already grabbed some mycelium with my silk touch, but yeah, we need some mushrooms. I love mushrooms. If I had a symbol in Minecraft, it would be them because they're just weird and funny and but very very useful. The most probably most useful, least passive mob in the game. I'd venture most useful mob at all if you had to have only one. And they're just kind of psychedelic. So um, yeah, so we got to get them back. I don't know if we're going to make a rail line or we're going to just bring them back with wheat. Nilo was saying, well, making a rail line is too much work, even though I think it would be. Uh, oh wow, you're right there. Probably get a gas tier out of this, maybe, if it doesn't burn up. Um, Instead of making a rail line, just get. Oh yeah, right. And we got one. They had to trade. We needed to. To send one in the other world, they demanded that one got sent back this way. So now we've got a mushroom in the nether. But no gas tier. Oh well. What was I saying before? Oh yeah, that a bunch of the kids would be an honor guard around me, and stay back and shoot the gas off as I pull the mushrooms through with wheat. But anyway, one way or another, that's another project, another episode is getting the mushrooms to the town. So I'm gonna spare you most of this voyage back, and I'll meet you back at the rail line. And while I'm on the way back, I realized I did have some conversation I can fill it with, which was actually about conversation and clumsiness. One of the reasons I have a hard time doing Minecraft when I talk is actually I'm not really a talker, and then part of doing this for me, I mean, I know how to talk and I have things to say, but it's like chewing gum and patting my belly and walking at the same time or whatever. So part of doing these videos for me is just practice in fluently speaking while I'm doing other things. So I'm sure you guys are all happy to be part of that, and hopefully that's skill building as I go along here. So the second stop on the way to the thing that's been done, which I will tell you now, which is the Blaze Farm. I just want to show you that because I did a video where Nilo and I disabled the two of them, but I didn't show you what came after that, although they weren't close enough to do a double one. But the new thing in 1.4.5, excuse me, is wither skeletons and withers and beacons. And I want some beacons. I want haste for my branch mines, and I want to be able to jump 2 blocks in town and do all that cool stuff. So right here we have our 2 intersections. Hello. Oh, we have our 2 intersections that if you've been following all... Oops. Oh, there you go. I was wondering where you went. Oh. If you've been following, how to do this, you will know this already, but if you haven't, this might be good information, that the places where blazes and skeletons and wither skeletons, all these things that can newly generate in the nether, can do it the best is at intersections that don't have any nether brick structure over them. The netherrack doesn't matter. That just kind of got erased when this got placed in it. But it can't be like this where there's where's one? That's a bad example. Back here where there's this like nether brick overhang. I mean, they'll spawn right here, but they won't spawn as much. apparently at these intersections, these plain ones, there is a 19 by 19 by 10 area in which they'll spawn. And if you can get two of them right next to each other, which is not too hard to find generally, you can have two of those areas overlapping each other, and then you can build something to harvest them with. I think I've been thinking about it, and I think I'm just going to do the simple pads. Uh, Etho did it on Minecraft, where you just have like, I think you can fit 3 layers of pads in there, and you just go in and you chop them down with looting sword. Hopefully, I have to watch Azuma's video about whether the looting actually helps you get more skulls or not. But you just go in there and you chop them down and you get your skulls hopefully, and then you run away and let everything despawn from that chunk, and you come back in and you get more. Um, Isuma also, he made that design with the pads that drop them off and you hang out way down there somewhere, and they just kind of drop to you and they keep spawning above you. Problem is, besides all the work that it takes to do it, those spawning pads with, you got to have room for the blocks and the pistons and the redstone on each side of them. You vastly cut down the amount of spawning area in here for that to work. And then what you have to do is get rid of everything else around it, which this one is not suited for that at all. Hopefully you find a fortress in the middle of a vast lava field, or something which is a lot harder to find. And it just doesn't seem worth it. It seems like you'd be hanging out a long time waiting for the wither skeletons to come down. I don't really know because I didn't do it, but I think we'll just go for the simple ones. And you can go in here and knock some wither skeleton heads. And still didn't get a skull. Okay. Oh, there's another one over there. Should I waste your time and go wither skelly hunting? Just get rid of him. Why don't you come over here? Nope. Just got the withers. Anyway, so yeah, in a previous video, you saw me disable that and this. This is no longer disabled, clearly. And so we've made, what the heck happened to you? We've made a nice, oh, there you are. I didn't do it. Blaze farm. And, oh, this one's glitching out. I have to fix that. That doesn't happen too often for me in here. But yeah, just the basic concept, the cone of pistons triggered by pressure pads that catch them all down there. Etho gets credit for this, and I really like Etho. I've watched him. He's one of the guys who's really inspired me. He made Minecraft interesting for me. Let's put it that way. But before he made it, I saw Sir Rob Hi-Fi and Hobo Rabies make versions just like this. Sir Rob Hi-Fi's was kind of one-sided and they go over and fall down, but they both did this concept first. And I don't know if it made a difference, but in Etho's comments, I was like, "Go check them out. They did this. Make a blaze farm." I'm not saying he saw mine and did it, but anyway, I just like giving shout-outs to those guys because they have way fewer subscribers and they should get props for designing these things. And I'm sure lots of other good people did it concurrently, like any good Minecraft invention. That's how it usually goes. But you can hang out here anywhere on this nether brick area and you're still in range. So as long as you stay in this area, you can go AFK as long as you like and let them build up in here. I find it takes about 100 of them to get up to level 30. Sometimes I've spaced out and doing other things and it's got up as high as 800, I think, is my record so far. I managed to do it without lagging it out. Usually turn the particles off and it helps a lot more. But just hang out here and check out the nice view and let them build up. And then when you pull this lever, those close up there and block it off. And let me turn the particles off so maybe you will be able to see a little bit better. Uh, the back pushes them forward. See, they go from a 4 by 4 space, and then these glass blocks close them off on the top, and the back comes forward after a little delay and pushes them up to you. So then it becomes a 1 by 2 space, and then you press this, and it softens them up, um, and then it gets them down to half a heart, and you've got a true one punch kill all the time. And then you get lots of blaze rods. I've actually found that a lot of people don't know that you can use blaze rods to smelt with. They'll smelt 12 items. So don't throw out your blaze rods. You can use them instead of coal, and then you can use your coal for torches and have lots more torches to light things up. We made this. This just takes us out to a jungle way out in the middle of nowhere, or at least it's nowhere so far. Anyway, I'm going to get myself back and then show you a couple more things. Oh, I got one. Okay. Anyway, I'll spare you the trip back, and I'll see you in the next place. Okay, we made it back to our humble nether hub here. And if I went that way, it would be the shortcut to the village, which we've already made a video of, I believe. And the over there, what I haven't shown you that I've made is the little ice cube farm, the ice tray. But you've seen those. It's just where you create source blocks over a big, vast area. And although I'm going to show you this, this is cool. This is a nice sea of lava. If there was another fortress out here somewhere, it would be a great place for one of those automatic wither skeleton farms. And it comes all the way around over here too, you'll see. Oh yeah, the ice cube tray was just where you get a big old square of water, and then you just make the pistons pop up blocks in the middle of it so that you can, in a grid, so that the ice will freeze faster. And then you go and harvest with your efficiency silk touch and go blam 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 blam. We still got our silverfish spawner in there. I don't like breaking spawners. I really don't. Silverfish and zombies are the two I would do. I've even been leaving zombies since learned you can cure them at the villagers, and it's good ones for the kids to practice on making spawners and stuff. But yeah, I don't know if I'll ever make a silverfish thingy. So last time there's a video where I showed you going out to the Enderman farm. We're going to go out there in a minute because that is the next big project. But in the meantime, I made a little detour here and made myself let me show you the side image again, a nice base in the end out of this promontory here. It's just such a nice shape. I couldn't help carving it out. And that's one of my favorite things, is working with landscape and just kind of hollowing it out to make bases. I'm not big on like constructing things, homes just out of blocks and stuff. Although I gotta do that because I guess that's sort of my weakness. I haven't done that much, unless it's a grinder. But yeah, just got a nice balcony here. Look out into nice staticky void. How beautiful! Can get real zen. And just made a little lawn here. Kind of, the end is so drab that you gotta really do something to give a little life to it. And just, I got nothing there, but starting to get some stuff over here. Just a little place to keep some stuff and hang out. And this is my favorite part of it up here is made a nice little garden, which the end just needs so bad. And you can just come up here and hang out in the bridge over the nice little streams that go down the hill and mess with the Endermen down there and keep them away from my front door. I love how they fall off the sides and water streams fall down into nothingness. But anyway, whoops, I digress. Even though I think this is pretty cool. You can drop down right there. Blah. A couple of the kids have been starting to make their versions of ender bases over here. Conditional Bliss has started one, and Nilorio. He's got his little bubble observatory tower there. Um, oh, and just so you know, if you were wondering how I was getting all these ender pearls without having a farm yet, I do it like this. I switch out my knockback for another looting sharpness 4, and the snow golems kind of mess with me. I put them in here after the fact, just because I think the snow helps liven up the end too. It just makes it look nice and bright. Um, but you can just do this. You know, we're slowly turning all of these obsidian towers, uh, making too high spaces under them, just having them like floating up above. I think the snow golems are gonna mess with me here, uh, but that's kind of fine anyway, because I don't really have time to harvest them all right now. But anyway, yeah, this is the poor man's Enderman XP farm. Uh, Let me just make sure that they're all done being aggro at me. Apparently not. Let me just finish out this guy. And you can't hit him in the face. This was a bad one to use. He's still mad at me. That's funny. He should be mad at the snow golem now. Alright, well, let's just get out here and take it like a Steve. I guess they're going to leave me alone. We'll see. Probably knock me off somewhere precarious. Oh yeah, and when I did the video, we were first introducing the Enderman farm. We were having problems. We were building chests on here and our stuff was disappearing. We figured out pretty quick that this whole area gets remade every time you come in here. So you can't put anything in this obsidian square and 3 blocks high up to just below here. So you can put something there, but 1, 2, 3 blocks down in this area you can't. So anything has to just be on the side. In fact, that whole video, I felt like someone who tried to build something without reading the instructions. For instance, I kept dying like a noob when I was hanging off a water column trying to build this thing all the way down, and I eventually got it done. But when I rewatched Panda's video, he's the one whose design I'm mainly basing this off of. Panda 4994, I don't know if I got those numbers right, but Panda from JL2579 server. You apparently can just hang a lava stream down and water next to it, and you'll get a cobblestone column coming all the way down. But oh well. And I really do know how to swim in a water column better than that. But hey, there comes the clumsiness again. Talking while driving or whatever. And yeah, so I got the rail line and the ice going all the way out there. It doesn't go as fast as I wanted it to. But I watched the Seth Bling's video of his survival homeworld, which was great. He showed us, and I gotta have a roof over my head and trap doors right on the top of my head, and apparently it'll work a lot better. Anyway, so yeah, we got ourselves away from the mainland here, so that Enderman, we're way more than 128 blocks even from my promontory there. I just built a little glass thing out far enough so that when you're out there, you can see this, but nothing can spawn there because it's glass. And yeah, in the interest of taking the drabness out of the end, we're doing it out of lapis and gold, not really to show off or be blingy, but just to make it kind of nice, and bright and colorful. And yeah, it's cool. We're gonna use it a lot, so we might as well decorate it. But this 2x13 gold pad here is where they're all going to land, and I took a couple out because I was just experimenting. I realized I watched Queen King Happy, a guy I just became aware of because he did an even better, well, I don't know, better is relative, but even more efficient design from Pandas, where he gets them all falling into one wide area, and each of the pads that are going to be up there are independently triggered, rather than how I'm still going to do it, where they're all triggered by one tripwire at the Enderman's head level. I just found that hanging out in Panda's design that the Endermen come way faster than I can kill them. So actually, more efficiency is not efficient at all because you just end up with even more Endermen building up here, unless you're gonna team it and all um, whack at them at once. You know, have a bunch of people. It's just there's no need for it to be more efficient and use that much more iron and everything else. Um, but what I am going to take from Queen King Happy's, and I don't think he's the first one to do it. I guess Nebrus on Minecraft, I think, has had something like this too, where these can go up and down. So down, it's a kill for the Enderman. They just die on contact, and you can just I don't actually know if you get pearls, but you don't collect Enderman that way. You know, keep building up, and you go up one, um, and then you can just be right at their feet, and you can't even go in there and die from them like you can on Panda's design. Um, and so you can stop the spawning if you need to. I mean, not stop the spawning, but you can stop them collecting up here. And then it also needs a piston pincher at their head level, so that when you do this and they're all dying on contact, the ones that are remaining, if you don't want to harvest them, you can just press a button and kill them all at once. So yeah, going to use a few extra pistons for that. And so I was just kind of messing around trying to figure out a way um, to have these go up and down. This is really super basic. I was trying to figure out a way to do it in two, because we're at level 1 right here, and we have to do it within 128 blocks. That's as high as we can go without getting inefficient. We don't want to go 256. Well, I couldn't figure out a way to do it in two and not have redstone exposed and not create an infinite clock or whatever. So we're gonna have to go two higher, and just have alternating redstone and repeaters. But this is what I'm gonna work on next in my next video. And now that I've shown you, I can start. I've actually been like waiting on some of these things. One of the reasons I've been doing so much branch mining and and caving in the meantime and getting all that done, getting all those diamonds, is because I've wanted to wait till I was in a position to record before I did this. So now I can, and then that will be the very next video. And I also don't mind the fact that I have to build this up, getting back to this idea, a couple layers higher, because even though I love the vertigo of having just this glass block between me and the end, someone's going to break it and fall, and that's going to be sad. And I think it'll still look just as precarious if it's 3 high, but if you actually break one, it won't be so bad. So I don't know how long this video is, but I'm still going to add a few more things, and if you guys like it, you'll keep watching. If not, you can check out anytime you want, but I got a couple more things I want to show you before I'm done, and I'll meet you there. And just so you guys get your bearings, I'm going that way. Whoa, this is new. Someone's been messing around. Yeah, and continuing on that diagonal off this way. Woo! Over here. Boom, and a little further, I guess. Here we go. There is the beginning of a cobblestone path. One of the kids, Sebcat, has started a new town called Ocelon. And if you follow this all the way, it will get you there. It's not too far, but it's kind of far. But just to save time on the vid, I'm going to meet you when I get there. I didn't do that. At least I didn't do it this video. Yeah, so here we are on the front gates of Ocelon, built on this really cool terrain. It's kind of castle-like in here, a little fortified on top of the hill. But among the other things going on here, Sebcat has, oh, I can't jump up on those, I keep forgetting that, they're new to me, has been divided up into plots for people to build things, and so I think he built that one, and this confuses me. This is a whitelisted server. I don't know who Tupac19 is, but he must be playing through somebody else's character. But anyway, it seems like he's doing good stuff. This is a new thing, and I've been generously given this plot right here. So a little giveaway there, sort of. Um, and I know this is like my server, right? And I have infinite amounts, but I actually really like the challenge, infinite amounts of space of land going off as farther than you could ever go unless you're Kurt J. Mack. But within this little area, I haven't encountered it yet. I really want to play with the limitations of it, of what you can do when you're constrained like this. Um, and I'm gonna kind of give it away, um, but not entirely because I'm gonna have a lot of little surprises in it. A lot of which I haven't even figured out yet. Some of which I have, but I want to make a roller coaster basically that goes all the way to the skybox, and maybe all the way down to the bedrock. I can't jump over those. Stop it. With all kinds of tricks and treats all the way down. So, yeah, this is going to be something really fun. It's a less utilitarian project to use some of my resources on. So that's another thing that is upcoming. And then I'm going to take you now to Spawn, um, which is probably over there somewhere. I don't know exactly from Ocelon, but yeah. I'm going to take you over there and then talk about that. So just so you guys know where I'm going, that's town. Um, there's a Temple of Notch, which no one still has mined the diamonds out of, which they're not allowed to do, but to their credit, they haven't. Right there behind that birch, there's the gates to that cobblestone road to Ocelon. Uh, this was Nilo's danger zone that he made back when this was just his little creative world, before it became a server, a survival server. And then back over this way is Spawn. Um, when we first started the server, you'd spawn over here. Uh, then I experimented with making it a bucket server, which I don't know much about, or at least I'm not very skilled with. Uh, and the neat thing about that period is that you spawn in this neat little one spot at 0, 0, which you always knew where people could appear, and just like you were making it in the adventure map, or some kind of CTM map or whatever, you could set it up, because we get these people coming on, mostly kids, and they always spawn way out here, but it's actually just the official Minecraft server again, because with each update, the bucket kind of follows after that. And I'm not trying to do any other mods or anything like that. I just like that measure of control it gave, keeping it very vanilla. But now people will spawn in a whole range around this spot. It used to be that I could get them to appear right here. And even though it's way off from town, at least they could appear with this nice welcome and have a chest of stuff. That most of the stuff's gone now. Bed if they need to turn it day if no one else was on, and directions and all kinds of nice, the rules, and get everybody oriented and go that way, young man, young lady, uh, you know. But now they appear over anywhere around here, and it's disorienting, and they'll often just swim off that way or whatever. They won't notice this somehow, or they end up over there often. Um, and Seth Bling did this little, and I'm going to keep it the official Minecraft server, but Seth Bling did this spawning grid for servers, where apparently if you go 16 blocks out in every direction and make a big old square out of that and cover it all with tripwire, whenever you spawn in here, you'll hit the tripwire, and we'll have to cheat in a couple, maybe like 3 command blocks that those trigger, and then it sets their spawn and teleports them, and gives them a message, and maybe I'd even give them like leather armor and a stone sword or something to start with, just to kind of speed things up. We'll see. And this sets their spawn over in town, and we could do it like right in front of the community center, so they could read the rules there, which I always want the kids to read the rules first when they come on. So yeah, so we'll probably build that over here. I think I got to think about it a little bit because there's also, it's a nice challenge to start, not know what the heck's going on, but we want to get people over to town where all the other kids are, and hopefully other adults at some point too. There's one adult on here right now, but I actually need more cool adults on here with me. I'm 44 years old. Give that away right now, and the only people I know who play Minecraft besides the YouTube community, which is not really community because I don't really actually know most of the people on there, even though I comment on their videos and stuff all the time. Um, Not yet, anyway. Uh, they, yeah, it's mostly kids who play Minecraft. Um, anyway, one more thing to show you over here, and I better eat something. Interpolating through water, they should make it so it teleports you on impact with the surface, because impact with water is pretty hard. Over here, this column uh, is in this area of water right here is the area furthest from any land. Apparently, in one version of Minecraft, I don't know which one. I forget which one we started on. This was going to be a big old ocean. But then as we changed versions, the next version said, no, actually, that's land right over there, and then built this like sharp cliff face and then started land. But if you change if I took the time to change my view to normal, which I'm not going to do, you wouldn't see that, and you wouldn't see that. It's within 128 blocks. You just have that, and maybe a little edge of that. Excuse me. So I could blast that away or cover that with water, and same thing over there. Maybe have to carve a little bit off of that. That's a chunk area right there. That's not land. But this is where I want to build the mob star. And if you've watched some of my other videos, well, that's probably my most popular one. And of inventions that I can actually take credit for, I personally think that's probably my best one. Is the mob star. It's a big floating sphere at Skybox that is the size of the spawning range of mobs around you, and you can really use that and manipulate that to get maximum spawn, ideal spawning range all around you. The mobs can still move, and I got up to 4,400 items per hour without even trying too hard to tweak it. There's tons of ways that I can think of and people have suggested to do that, but it has to be over water so that the Endermen can also be collected from it and they won't just teleport out to the ground, and you can use the water streams to collect them. I've done that before in the other mob spawner that I kind of created. So yeah, the mob star is going to go over here, and yeah, with that I think I'm going to sign off. This has probably gone on pretty long, but I've shown you some stuff and I've given you an idea of a lot of the ideas we're going to work on next, and there'll be many more after that. And I can't promise we won't think of something else cool and get totally diverted and do something else. It'll have to be cooler than the things I've shown you already, hopefully. But yeah, lots more to come. I'm going to keep these coming. And yeah, I'm still Monkeypuzzle, and you're still a great viewer, and thanks a lot. Last video I did this, I managed to hit the thing I was on, but this one's not quite so boss. Anyway, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Woo! Is that one gonna do it? Yes. All right. Bye bye.